So we do have another name that we want to talk about. This is Lauri Markkanen. And it's kind of crazy. The Utah Jazz, they value Lauri Markkanen, but he is available for a very steep price. And that price is 4 or 5 first round draft picks and a star level talent. This comes from Tony Jones. So if Lauri Markkanen, do you know much about him? If he is, do you know, do you know
I
much about him?
I know
Kind of.
Lauri Mark. I know
Okay,
Lauri
I'm just making
Markkanen.
sure. If he's truly available, I would do whatever to bring him into Detroit. Him and Cade would be a nasty two-man punch. What do you think about Lauri Markkanen, though?
You'd give up all those picks?
I want to give up 4 or 5. No, I don't think he's worth it. I don't think the Utah Jazz are going to get that unless they make a trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And, I guess if they maybe Utah thinks Josh Giddey's a future star or something, I don't know who they would give up along with all those picks. But I mean, Toronto, they tried to get 4 for I think they wanted multiple first round picks for OG Anunoby. They did not get it. Who else was coming up? There was someone else. I'm blanking on the name. But there have been a few other guys. Miles Bridges, that's who I'm thinking of. Some teams offered multiple first round picks for him, and Brooklyn passed on it as well. So I think Utah is asking for it because they're just trying to get the best trade package. I don't think they're going to get 4 or 5 first round picks for him.
Why do you think they want to ship him out though? Because he was pretty good for them. I don't understand why you'd want to move him.
I think it's because you're a team that is stuck in basketball purgatory. Like you're probably just majority of a play-in team. You're probably flirting with either the playoffs or the lottery.
So are you what there? You would say that Utah's currently in the process of like a start of a mini rebuild?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but I wouldn't give him 4 first round picks for Lauri Markkanen. I think he's good. I don't hate on his game. I think he's really good, and I think he could be successful with the guard play that we have. But I'm not giving up that much. I'd rather give up players than I'd rather give up draft picks.
I want to come up with a trade package though.
I'd give up
them.
Duren. Like I would give up Jalen Duren and maybe Isaiah Stewart. But I don't think anyone in Utah wants anybody to get fought by somebody, so I don't think they're going to want Stewart. But you could look at maybe getting rid of Duren. You could maybe look at shipping out Asar.
They got Walker Kessler. They're not taking Duren.
But
even if the Pistons
I'd give up players. I don't like this roster. I don't want to get away. I don't want to get rid of picks. I don't want to get rid of picks. That's opportunity, especially if we're starting basically fresh with a new organization for coming up with this draft. Like, let this guy draft unless he wants to be the free agent god. Like, I don't think you give away all those picks.
I agree with you.
That's way too much. That asking price, it's way too steep. And as much as Lauri Markkanen's a great player, and I'm not even gonna say if I'm right because I don't even know. But every time that I've seen him play the Pistons, he destroys us. So I don't know if that's interest, yes, but is it likely? No. That's way too much. That asking price is way too high, and we can't afford to do that.
Yeah, the Pistons won't even be able to give up that many. They don't have enough picks available to do that. But also,
we'll give them Troy Weaver. Do you think they'll take him?
I think the only guy on the Pistons roster outside of Cade Cunningham the Utah Jazz might be interested in would be Jaden Ivey, but that is certainly not enough to bring in Lauri Markkanen. And again, I'm with you. I'm not giving up that many first-round picks for him. Now, if we were like Oklahoma City where we had like 32 picks in the next 7 years. Yeah, sure, dude. I might cough up 5 of them or, Lauri Markkanen, but the Detroit Pistons, no. I think it'd even if we were to sit here and come up with a trade package, I don't even think we could put it together a realistic enough trade package for Lauri Markkanen.
You're giving up too much.
Well, I mean, we'd have to throw in like Evan Fournier just to make the contract match, and they're not taking Evan Fournier. But I mean, I think if you had I think Detroit could get away with it if you were to throw that many first round picks in with Jaden Ivey. I do, for some reason, think that would be enough for Utah. But again, they don't have that many first round picks. And then they would really have to value Jaden Ivey. But I know that guard play is kind of their weaker position. It's funny saying that because they're much better than the Pistons overall guards with Clarkston, Sexton, and all those guys. But I really think Jaden Ivey is the only guy outside of Cade Cunningham that the Utah Jazz might pick up the phone for Lauri Markkanen.
It's way too much to give up.
It is.
It's
It
it
is. I
is
agree.
it's way too much. And I'm trying to look. What are we for 2025? We have a first round pick, don't we?
Yeah, but they can't trade it because it was traded to it was traded to Houston to bring in Isaiah Stewart. It's very heavily protected. And
Hmm.
actually the New York Knicks have it right now. And I think it's protected. I think it eventually turns into a second round pick in 2029.
Gotcha.
But I don't think the Pistons can trade another first round pick until 2027. But they technically could trade their first round pick this year after they make the selection. So
Okay.
let's just say they get the first overall pick and they draft Alex Sarr, and Utah calls them up like, "Hey, give us Alex Sarr, Jaden Ivey, throw in Evan Fournier. We'll take him off the books. We'll give you Lauri Markkanen." That's the only way it would work with
And
this first round pick.
I still don't even do that with the potential of that first overall pick for this year. And when it comes to money as well, you're saving money on paying Alex Sarr to come and play in Detroit for that year than
True.
trying to finagle a contract for Lauri Markkanen.
So you're out on Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, I think the hill's too steep to climb, man. We're not getting on hands and knees to try to get this guy into Detroit. It's not going to be. Is he a fit? Anyone's a fit right now. And
Yeah.
a new face is a good face at this point. But I think the asking price is wild now.